Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so you've got something amazing, a new business, a service, maybe a passion project you're finally launching. But getting those first 100 customers using social media, yeah, that can feel pretty overwhelming.
You really can. It
Is
feels like a huge mountain to climb sometimes.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Social media is way more than just, cat videos and vacation pics. It's actually this incredibly powerful tool for building real communities, launching brands.
Totally. It's where the connections happen now.
And that's what we're digging into today. We want to pull out the absolute best, most actionable strategies to help you, our listener, hit that magic number, your first 100 paying customers, and hopefully do it faster.
Whether it's just a brilliant idea right now or you're already out there with a new service, getting that initial traction is definitely achievable.
Absolutely. And hey, speaking of getting started strong online, if you want to give your social profiles that really professional look right away, optimize the bio, the visuals, the whole content plan to really pull people in, you should check out rapidboost.net. It's a great resource for that initial boost.
Good point. That first impression matters a lot.
So, okay, let's say you're ready, you want to make those waves online. Where do we actually start to build that momentum?
Well, it really starts with the groundwork. Like before you even post anything or message anyone, your online house needs to be in order.
Your online house. I like that.
Yeah. Think of your social profiles, Instagram, Facebook, wherever, as your digital storefront. What do people see when they first glance at it? Does it look trustworthy? Is it like instantly clear what you offer? Does it feel welcoming?
That's a great way to put it, the digital storefront. Okay, so what are the non-negotiables, the absolute must-haves for that compelling foundation?
With several key things. First up, your profile picture. If it's you, a personal brand, you need a good headshot. Professional, but, approachable. If it's a business, it needs to be a clear logo. Instantly recognizable.
Right, the visual anchor.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Then, your bio. Oh man, this is critical. It's like prime real estate online. You've got maybe 2 or 3 lines to tell people exactly what you do, and even more important, what benefit they get. What's in it for them?
Okay, so how do you phrase that effectively?
Our sources pointed to a really neat formula, something like helping your ideal customer find the result they want through what you do. Let's make that result easy. So, for instance, someone helping busy parents.
Yeah.
They might say, helping busy parents find nutritious 15-minute recipes. Let's make healthy eating easy.
Right.
See? It's focused, it highlights the benefit, and it speaks directly to a real need.
That's super clear, yeah. Benefit driven. Okay, profile looks good. How do people actually find you in the, the chaos of social media feeds?
Keywords. That's where strategic keywords come in. Think hard about the exact words or phrases your ideal customer would actually type into search if they were looking for someone like you.
Okay.
Sprinkle those keywords naturally into your bio, maybe even your profile name if it fits. It seriously bumps up your discoverability. And this is crucial, a clear call to action.
Right. Gotta tell them what to do next.
Exactly. What is the one thing you want them to do right after landing on your page? Go to your website, grab a free download, just send you a DM. Make it obvious, make it easy.
Professional. Look, bio screams value, keywords dialed in, clear next step. Got it.
Right.
I think one of our sources mentioned Marie Forleo doing something smart with her bio early on.
Yeah, that's a great example. Marie Forleo, way back, used her Instagram bio super effectively. She basically invited followers to a weekly live Q&A, just consistently offering value, like right there in the bio before asking for a sale.
Smart.
It really worked. Grew her email list, built trust, and yeah, eventually your customer base. It just shows lead with value, build that connection first.
Okay, so our digital doors are polished, the welcome mat is out, but who are we actually trying to get inside?
The million-dollar question. This is where you absolutely have to get laser focused on your ideal customer. You just can't be everything to everyone, right?
Right, trying to please everyone pleases no one.
Exactly. So get specific. Demographics are a start age, location, sure, but go deeper. What are they really interested in? What keeps them up at night? What are their biggest struggles, their biggest dreams? What makes them stop scrolling?
Really paint a picture of this person.
A vivid picture. And once you have that, the next big step is figuring out where they actually hang out online. Are they visual learners glued to Instagram and TikTok? Are they swapping tips in niche Facebook groups for, say, parents or freelancers? Are they talking shop on LinkedIn or maybe following threads on Twitter X?
So don't just spray and pray everywhere.
Please don't. Find their watering holes. Go where their attention already is. Pick 1 or 2 key places.
Okay, fish where the fish are. Makes sense.
Precisely. And when you show up there, Remember the goal. Be the helpful problem solver first, not just the person trying to sell something. Build that trust.
Okay, so we know who we want to reach. We know where they are online. Now, how do we actually, start connecting and getting noticed on those platforms? Feels like the next big hurdle.
It is, but it's manageable with a smart approach.
Yeah.
This is where choosing the right platforms and really getting how they work is so important. Like we just touched on, don't try to be on every single platform. It's just not sustainable, especially at the start.
Yeah, I can see just spreading yourself way too thin.
Totally. Our sources really hammer this home. Pick one, maybe two platforms that are the absolute best fit for your ideal customer and the kind of stuff you'll be sharing. Master those first.
Yeah.
Get good at them before even thinking about adding another. Focus is key.
Okay, focus. So how do you make that call? Which one or two?
It mostly comes down to the natural alignment. Is your product or service really visual? Like, are you selling handmade crafts, amazing food, fashion, fitness coaching, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Then Instagram and TikTok are probably your best bet. They're built for visual appeal. If your audience gathers around specific interests or identities, maybe parenting advice, a freelancing community, a specific hobby, then targeted Facebook groups can be absolute gold. You're right there in the conversation.
Okay. And for business-to-business stuff.
Right. For B2B, coaches, consultants, software companies, professional services, LinkedIn is usually the heavy hitter.
Yeah.
It's where those professional conversations happen. And if you're news, tech, thought leadership, or need to share timely updates, Twitter X still has a strong place.
So it's really about matching the vibe and the user base. Visual platforms for visual stuff, community platforms for niche groups.
Exactly. And then you got to learn the nuances. Leverage the tools within each platform. They're not all the same.
Right. So what does that look like? Leveraging the tools?
Well, take Instagram. You've got stories for those quick behind-the-scenes updates, building connection. Reels are huge for discoverability right now, reaching new people with short, punchy videos. And DMs, direct messages, are perfect for that personal outreach. On TikTok, it's all about those short, creative, often authentic videos. Behind-the-scenes stuff works great. Quick tips, success stories. LinkedIn, you can post longer articles to really show your expertise, jump into comment sections to get visibility, and send personalized connection requests, not just the generic ones.
That makes sense. Different tools for different jobs. Didn't our sources mention a fitness coach, Tina, who used Instagram really well?
Yes. Tina, the micro-influencer fitness coach. Great example. She used her Instagram story highlights like a pro showcasing client testimonials right there on her profile. Instant social proof.
Smart.
And the other key thing she did, she personally answered every single DM, every single one. That personal touch turned casual inquiries into paying clients. It shows how mixing the platform's tools with real human connection is so powerful.
Okay, wow. Foundation built, platforms chosen strategically. Now, the big one, what do we actually post? What kind of content connects and gets people interested?
Right. Content is king, queen, and the whole royal court here. Remember the old saying? People buy from people they know, like, and trust.
And trust. Yeah.
So your content has to build that. It's about starting conversations, building relationships, and, yeah, eventually guiding them towards becoming a customer. It can't just be buy my stuff all the time.
So definitely not just a constant sales pitch. What else then?
Oh, absolutely not. You got to offer value beyond the sale. Think educational content, how-tos, quick tips, insights about your industry, maybe busting some myths. The sources had a good example. Someone selling handmade candles.
Okay.
They could share tips on candle care, how to make them last longer, or advice on picking scents for different moods. That's genuinely useful stuff for their audience. Then there's entertaining content, relatable memes, maybe jumping on a fun trend in your own way, sharing real personal stories that make you seem human.
Makes you relatable.
Totally. And you absolutely cannot forget social proof. Show off those happy customers, testimonials, screenshots of nice messages, unboxing videos people share, user-generated content. It all builds massive trust.
Okay, so a mix. Educate, entertain, prove you're legit. What about interacting more directly?
Live video. It's huge for building that deeper connection. Go live for Q&As, take people behind the scenes of your startup journey, demo your product in real time. It just feels more authentic, more real than a polished post.
Yeah, less filtered.
Exactly. And HubSpot actually found that live videos on places like Facebook get way more interaction, more comments, more engagement than pre-recorded ones. Plus, don't forget the simple stuff. Ask questions. Run polls in your stories. Encourage people to tag a friend. It gets them involved and gives you priceless feedback.
So it's definitely not just broadcasting. It's listening, asking, interacting.
It's a conversation. Always. Even using those little poll or question stickers on Instagram or Facebook stories, they seem simple, but they tell you so much about what your audience actually cares about, which helps you make better content next time.
Okay, cool. So we're making great content, we're engaging, but how do we actively find those first people, those initial 100 customers? Where are they?
This is where you got to be proactive. Actively networking, participating in the right online communities. Honestly, one of the fastest ways to find those first customers is to just go where they already are.
Go where they hang out online.
Exactly. Think of it like going to the right industry conference or local meetup, but virtually. Find the places where your ideal customers are already talking, asking questions, sharing problems.
Okay, so find these online groups or forums. How do you jump in without sounding like you're just there to sell? That feels tricky.
It is, and the absolute key is give first, offer value, build relationships before you even hint at pitching. Find those high engagement groups, Facebook, LinkedIn, maybe specific subreddits or Discords that are relevant to your niche.
Like the dog trainer example.
Perfect example. If you're a dog trainer, find active local dog owner groups on Facebook or groups for specific breeds. If you're a productivity coach, maybe LinkedIn groups about remote work or small business owners. But here's the crucial part.
Oh,
Don't just barge in selling.
right. Be cool.
Be cool. Be genuinely helpful. Answer people's questions thoughtfully. Share useful resources, and maybe not always your own stuff at first. Offer quick tips or even like mini consults if someone's clearly struggling.
So establish yourself as the helpful expert in the room first.
Precisely. You build this reputation for being knowledgeable and generous. People start to notice. They might tag you when someone asks a relevant question or DM you directly saying, "Hey, I saw your helpful comment." Those warm leads, they convert way easier.
Makes sense. What about reaching out directly, like cold DMs?
Tread carefully there, but yes, direct outreach can work if it's done right. Again, focus on value, not a hard sell. Personalize it. Something like, "Hey, name, I saw you asking about a specific problem in the group name group. I actually made a quick video on that recently with a few tips. Thought it might help. Want the link?" See, helpful, relevant, not pushy.
That feels much better than a generic sales blast. Our sources mentioned John, the freelance designer, right? Landing clients from LinkedIn comments.
Yes, that story really sticks. He wasn't pitching in the comments. He was just adding thoughtful, insightful points to discussions in his target client's industry. People noticed his expertise, checked out his profile, and reached out to him. It works.
Okay, so engaging, being helpful, building that reputation. Now, how do we nudge these connections towards becoming actual paying customers, especially those crucial first ones?
Right, the conversion part. This is where you bring in some smart tactics like irresistible early bird offers and really lean into social proof. You got to reward those first believers, right? And then shout their successes from the rooftops.
Okay, so incentivize them. Like what?
Think limited time deals just for the early crowd. Maybe special founder pricing, a bonus freebie only for the first 10 signups, or bundling extra value. Create a little bit of FOMO, fear of missing out, and make it feel exclusive. It pushes people who are on the fence to take action.
Creates urgency. Okay, I like that. And then once they are customers and they're happy.
That's when you mobilize them. Don't be shy. Politely ask for feedback or a testimonial. Could be as simple as screenshotting a nice DM they sent, asking if they'd record a quick video review, or encouraging them to tag you in a post about their experience.
And then you share that proof everywhere.
Everywhere. Plaster it on your profile, in your stories, on your website. It creates this amazing snowball effect. Every positive review, every success story makes the next person feel more confident about choosing you. Remember Sarah with the meal planning app?
Yeah.
She apparently saw a real jump in signups just by consistently sharing positive reviews, and those users submitted before and after pics in her Instagram stories. It's super persuasive.
Okay, so 2 steps. Incentivize the leap, then amplify the landing.
You got it. Social proof is your best friend in those early days when people are still figuring out if they can trust you.
Okay, this is all super practical. Now, let's say things are starting to pick up a bit. We're getting some traction. Maybe the first few customers are coming in. What about automation or even paid ads? Do they have a place here?
They definitely can, yeah. But strategically. While that hands-on, organic stuff is absolutely vital for the first 100, smart automation and some cautious paid ads can help you scale up a bit once you've got some momentum.
Okay, like how? Automation first.
Well, just managing consistency can be tough. Tools like Buffer, Hootsuite, later they let you schedule your content out in advance so you can keep that regular presence going even when you're busy actually serving customers.
Right, batching the work. Frees you up. Consistency is key, keeps coming up. What about ads? Feels scary and maybe expensive for someone just starting?
It can feel that way for sure,
Yeah.
but you don't need a massive budget. Even small, really targeted campaigns on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok can work surprisingly well if you're smart about it.
How small is small? And how smart?
Like, maybe start with just $5 or $10 a day, kind of small. Seriously. The key is targeting. Aim those ads only at a very specific slice of your ideal customer profile. And give them a really good reason to click maybe a great free guide, that early bird discount we talked about, and track everything. See which pictures, which words get the best response. Don't just throw money away.
Test and measure.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Also, you can automate some basic interactions. Welcome messages for new followers, maybe FAQs, using tools like ManyChat or even just the built-in features platforms offer. And this is but you have to keep the personal touch.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to talk only to a robot, especially early on.
Right. Automation supports, doesn't replace.
Exactly. Paid ads work best when they boost something that's already working organically. They shouldn't be a substitute for building those real human connections, especially for those first 100 loyal fans.
This has been so helpful, really concrete stuff. To wrap it up and give people a clear path, could you maybe sketch out like a 7-day action plan? Someone listening right now, what could they do this week?
Absolutely. Let's map it out. Based on everything we've covered, here's a solid blueprint. Days 1 and 2. Get that foundation solid. Audit and optimize your key social profiles. Really nail down who your ideal customer is, get super specific, then commit. Choose just 1 or 2 platforms where they actually live online.
Okay, profiles, customer, channels, days 1, 2.
Days 3 and 4. Content time. Start drafting posts, some educational, some maybe entertaining. Think about how you'll get social proof later. Schedule a quick live session or plan some behind-the-scenes stories for later in the week. And critically, find and join at least 3 relevant online groups or communities where your people are.
Content plans, schedule interaction, join groups. Got it.
Days 5 and 6. Engage, engage, engage daily. Jump into those communities, leave thoughtful comments, answer questions. Send maybe 10 personalized DMs, value-focused, not salesy to potential ideal customers. Maybe soft launch that early bird offer to your first few connections. And start asking for feedback or testimonials from anyone who seems happy.
Daily engagement, outreach, soft launch, ask for reviews. Almost there.
Finally, day 7. Reflect. Look back at the week. What worked? Which posts got traction? Which outreach felt promising? Double down on those things next week.
Yeah.
If you did get some bites, maybe think about testing a tiny targeted ad. And definitely celebrate the small wins. Every connection matters. It's all about consistent action and tweaking as you go.
That is an incredibly clear, actionable roadmap. Thank you. So I guess the big takeaway here is finding those first 100 customers on social. It's not about needing a huge budget or hoping you go viral tomorrow.
Not at all.
It's really about showing up consistently in the right places, speaking your audience's language, understanding their needs, and just building real, genuine connections by offering value.
That's the heart of it. Focus on service, focus on value, build that community. When you do that, honestly, those first 100 customers and the ones after that, they'll find you faster than you probably think right now.
I believe it. And again, if you want to make sure that initial online impression is spot on, check out rapid-boost.net to get those profiles looking sharp and ready to attract people. Okay, final thought for everyone listening, something to chew on. Of all the strategies we talked about today, which one felt like the best fit for you right now? Pick just one and commit to starting it this week, maybe even today. That consistent action, that's the real secret. Your people, those first 100 believers, they're out there waiting.